This is the Breath of Spirit message from the Institute of Christ Consciousness for September 29th, 2024. This is Donna D'Angelo bringing you a message that I've entitled The Social Evolution of the Living Gospel of Jesus. This is actually an excerpt from my book, The Women Who Loved Jesus, the chapter on Milcha's story, and her excerpt is tied to how the Christian church is now evolving so that we are getting back to the original gospel of Jesus. So here is the message for today. So much of what is passed down as truth in Christian theology is merely opinion based upon interpretations. Also, there has been a dynamic of antagonism and jockeying for position as to whose belief is superior or more accurate. But this way of proceeding interferes with the underlying spiritual kinship, diminishing it and making it less operative. Despite these difficulties, the fundamentals and the foundations of the spiritual connection we experienced long ago are still available today, even as the church outworks many years of theological deviation from the truth of the message of Jesus and the simple gospel he preached. Faith in the Father of all and loving service to the family of humanity. Today, there are winds of change within the church regarding women. A growing vibrancy of spiritual energy is opening the females of your world to a greater expansion and expression of Jesus' presence within them. My sisters and I have long anticipated this opportunity for the world's consciousness to change. Sharing our story will help many of our dear sisters come into their power as daughters of God, awakened to the Spirit within. Our story represents the genesis of the Christian church, but we had no idea we were birthing a social institution. Instead, we thought we were all growing a family that cared for one another in an effort to find collective solutions that would uplift all at the same time. Our growth came from continuing to build upon this familial relationship, and we were highly successful to the point that the teachings began to spread, drawing more people into the spiritual synergy of the growing community. And this same dynamic is so necessary again now to build the family of love on a planet as a planet-wide culture, which will enable the living gospel of Jesus as he originally taught it to come back to full life, full force, full vitality, and stir the hearts of all. Jesus' universal spirit of truth is well able to catalyze this growing planetary phenomenon of Christ consciousness. Open more fully to Jesus so that he may share with you his life experience as a human. Let his wisdom guide you as you traverse your own internal changes. Whether you are aware of it or not, you are on a path of self-awareness that leads to self-mastery. Let Jesus' mastery of his human life guide you now. Let his presence steer you out of all that causes you consternation, all that frustrates you, all that even angers you at times because of what your culture is now undergoing. Let him be your anchor. There is something so beautiful, so true, so humanly divine when you come close to Jesus in this way. If it feels right, simply sit with this idea now and allow yourself to experience intimacy with Jesus. Welcome these times of change, knowing He is with you. Know that you are guided and loved beyond measure, and that with Him and in Him, all is well. End of the excerpt from Milcha's chapter from the women who loved Jesus. As our planet continues to undergo many changes as more truth is revealed, we will see some of the influences in the institution of religion that has taken us away from this simple living gospel of Jesus. His gospel is truly the universal antidote for the ills we experience at all different levels, because there is an underlying foundation of compassion and love and forgiveness that is contained within Jesus' gospel. When you are loving and devoted to serving others, you lose more of your own ego self-interest and step into the greater role of your sole purpose for why you are here. So I would encourage you to focus on the living gospel of Jesus, because there is a foundation of that on the planet. It is in the memory circuits and it does pervade our consciousness. So as we move into our meditation now, I invite you to focus on the meaning and value of the living gospel of Jesus. Ask Jesus to come into you. He is already there, but just to begin to feel his presence, and ask to be more uplifted and connected to his living gospel, and let him speak into you what he wishes to share with you now. It may be a feeling. You may perceive some words or a heightened concept, or for right now, you may not experience anything. What is important is to hold that intention to be connected to the living gospel of Jesus. Simply wait and receive what Jesus wishes to provide to you now. What Jesus created here in his demonstration of living faith in our Creator, Parent, and loving service to humanity was the way forward. The women he commissioned as his female apostles had a greater understanding of this than you would say, I might say, the male apostles did. And what the women did was to provide that underlying social foundation where people were communicating with one another within a heightened manner, soul to soul, heart to heart. And this is something that is now being constructed on the planet in various ways. And it is the intention of the Institute of Christ Consciousness to help the world experience the living gospel of Jesus as a planetary mindset, if you will. So simply continue to focus on the living gospel of Jesus. Let it uphold you from the ground level up. Let the memory circuits where this is contained as a living reality support you now. Let it feed into your thoughts and feelings with its divine meaning and value. Gird yourself in what this means to hold you steady and steadfast as we undergo more change on the planet. Any human problem you face can be taken to Jesus. Ask for his perspective, ask for his insight, and trust that you will receive an answer, especially if you are humble and sincere and honest with yourself. And know that your indwelling spirit is also paying attention and wants you to outwork that which holds you back in your human nature from achieving a higher level of Christ consciousness. Jesus can help you do that too. So you can go to him, go to your spirit. You have so much help available within you to move beyond the limitations that you perceive in yourself. One day, the living gospel of Jesus will be a reality, a way of life here. And so it happens one person at a time, one awakened soul to the deeper meaning and value of his human life and what he was here to demonstrate to us of the loving nature of our Creator and how we can, through faith and aligning our will with the divine will, achieve the heights that he so magnificently demonstrated to us. And herein is our salvation. Thank you for allowing me to share these brief moments of message and meditation. And please check out the women who love Jesus. There is so much spiritual value that the women share of their experiences with Jesus, and it will touch your heart and give you more of a sense of your own purpose for why you are here. And I thank you for allowing me to share these moments with you. Have a wonderful week. God bless you, and goodbye for now.